just play the damn thing.
Well, have a look-see at what just showed up in my mailbox. Let's check it out, shall we? So that was the full track that I recorded with this thing. The rhythm sections were a slightly overdriven channel with this thing boosting it just a little bit. With obviously the guitar set in the single coil pickup position, and the guitar solo, of course, was active humbuckers with the the UK mode, so a little bit hotter setting, going into a little bit more of a cranked up channel. So that's what you heard. This is, in fact, the Warm Audio ODD box. It ought to look really, really familiar to you, and I'm going to get to that here in just a second. As far as what comes in the box, this is the box itself. Lots of pretty pictures on the outside of the ODD box version 1. So you get a couple of Warm Audio stickers, a Warm Audio ODD box owner's manual, a Warm Audio product tested and approved by dude. Looks like this one has somebody's name, Dennis Wiley, in the Austin, Texas, USA Warm Audio facility. And a bunch of packing material, and of course, free complimentary silica snacks. Now, why does this pedal look so much like this pedal, the OCD Overdrive from Full Tone that we all know and love? Well, the reason being, this is obviously a clone of the OCD.
Well, it's intellectual property they're stealing. They should be coming up with their own ideas for that.
Yeah, well, you know what? Circuits, number one, can't be trademarked, and number two is the artwork that you're complaining about. Did you forget that Full Tone is no longer in business? And really, that's what Warm Audio's entire business model is. They make clones of, in this case, guitar pedals. They started out in the Pro Studio arena, so they do microphones and compressors, all kinds of stuff. They make clones of things that are either, things that have been discontinued and we can't buy anymore, or things that, they're so far out of reach that most people can't get a hold of them due to price-wise or availability or whatever the thing may be. Fluff recently did a video over on his channel of their microphone that's a clone of the famous Sony C800G microphone, and that microphone's been used by Mariah Carey has famously recorded many records with it. Boyz II Men. It's in lots and lots of pro studios, but the problem is, number one, they cost about $10,000. Number two, they only make like 2 or 3 of them a year, so you can either pay $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 for one on the used market, or you can get on their waiting list and wait for, I don't know what it is, 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. So that's the kind of stuff that Warm Audio is trying to provide an alternative solution for. Full Tone's no longer in business, so they redid the OCD pedal for us and called it the ODD box. So you already heard it in a full track. Let's do a playthrough demo, except in the playthrough demo, we are going to compare it to not only the infamous OCD version 1.4, God damn it. This is the version of the OCD that's been around for years and years and years. This is the one that you see on the used market all over the place. We're also going to compare it to the version 1.3. This one's a lot harder to find. This one, there's only a few hundred of these in existence, maybe 1,000, 1,500, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but they're very, the production, the level of production on these was very, very limited. This was when Full Tone was still a pretty small new company getting their footing, trying to figure out exactly what the best formula of the circuit is. There was 2 other versions before this one that are even more rare, but this one seems to be the one that all the collectors really want for the tone. So I'm lucky to have it, and I really enjoy this one. So we're going to shoot out the ODD box, in a sense, against the other 2 versions that I have in my possession of the OCD, and see what the differences are. Okay, if it's a clone of one or the other, it's definitely a clone of the version 1.4. Maybe one of the later ones that are all, I think, pretty similar. But this is the common one, and it seems to be what this one is trying to mimic. You know, because this one is totally different. The OCD has always been, you know, one of my favorite overdrive circuits, if not my favorite overdrive circuits. Kind of a toss-up between that and the Blues Driver. You know, it absolutely stacks up to this one very well. I mean, they copied just about everything on the build quality of this thing. You know, all the right down to the thumb screws on the side that Fulltone used on this, you know, to make it real easy to get to the inside of it. This isn't a circuit analysis channel, so you know, we don't care about circuit boards or anything like that around here, so I'm not going to crack it open and look at it. But sound-wise, it's awfully close. It's not identical, but it's awfully close. The switch up here, they relabeled, whereas on this one, it is HP and LP for low pass and high pass. And, you know, it still seems, this one on the ODD box is labeled US and UK, you know, as like a, you know, kind of like a, you know, a tone shift of some kind. Really, it seems to do the same kind of boost that this does. You know, put it in UK mode, and you know, and that turns it into a flamethrower. Got to play around with it. Got to play around with some amp settings to get it to where, you know, where it wants to go. It's kind of, it's a little, you know, it is a little temperamental in that regard, but OCDs are kind of that way too. So. And these are selling for, I believe, $129.99, brand new, right out of the gate. I believe that was also the final price that Fulltone was selling the original OCD for before Fulltone closed their doors. Now, the difference is Fulltone was a company that had a universal pricing policy, meaning they did not allow dealers to discount their products, period, end. Warm Audio, I don't believe, has that policy. So, if you hold out for the right holiday coupon or something to hit your email with the right retailer, you might be able to get yourself a deal on this. Links down in the description as always. Comment down below. Adios.